All right, mic check, mic check. Can somebody give us a thumbs up or you can hear us or anything like that?
Voices on the porches.
Voices on the porches.
Voices on the porches. Yes. Voices on the porches. Mic check. Voices on the porches.
Then you have your ears on that.
Yeah. Yeah, just your bad now.
All right.
Voices on the porches.
Is this too far? Do you need my phone close?
No. All right, guys. Hey, welcome to Voices on the Porches, where it's real talk. Voices on the Porches. We got your boy Danny D,
T Money.
and we're coming to you
Live
from
Cartagena, Colombia.
Colombia. So we coming in live from Colombia. So we're gonna get into this segment here. I said that today we're gonna talk about.
We're gonna talk about basically how we prejudge whether it's a woman prejudging men or men prejudging women. It just all depends. So we're gonna start talking about that. It's all about prejudging.
So check it out, guys. So it's real talk. Voice on the Porches. Let's talk about it.
So I kind of like what I wanted to talk about was, it's like when women prejudge a man based on the car that he drive or how he dress or, where he lives. So I just wanted to kind of get into getting a better understanding to the why. Because most women will not date a guy or give him the time of day if he's not on a certain financial plateau. Okay? Where men are the opposite, where a man will give a woman a chance, whether he see in the grocery store with a bonnet on her head, or whether he see her walking down the street. If you ain't comb your hair that day as a woman, we're going to give you a chance. We're going to look at you as a fixer-upper. And man, you know what, if she just had somebody get her hair done, get her nails done, she'll be all right. See, we go there.
But he right. He 100% right, because y'all can't say y'all don't go to the grocery store looking any kind of way. Boy, y'all go there looking busted and disgusted sometimes. And we see it when you're dressed up. We see it sometimes when you're busted. So the whole thing is us trying to look at a perspective of why this kind of stuff is going on. So with that being said, it's perception. It's all about perception. You go places, you dress real nice, you perceive it. And women gonna sit there and say, hey man, they're gonna look at a man, he dressed nice or whatever. They're gonna have one understanding of him. And same thing with women. So once we get the understanding, why is the perception playing such a key part in how people feel about people? I understand you want to see what's going on first, or see the person or whatever, but why does that perception got to be number one?
And that's a good question, and that's how we're going to get this topic started, is trying to talk about why perception. Most of the time, perception is reality, but in certain situations, perception is just that. It's how you perceive somebody doesn't necessarily make it true. It's like if you see a guy, he clean, got his suit on, and you assume that he has a certain type of job. What if he didn't have a job and he was just going on a job interview that day to try to find a job? You won't know the difference. So I just want people to start looking at things from a very objective manner. You never know what a person is going through, what a person has, or what a person don't have. So give them the opportunity to show you what they bring to the table. All right. So if a guy, like I think I went and looked at a car the other day, and I went to look at the car, and I was kind of like, I think I had on some shorts, some slides, and just a regular old shirt, and I kind of felt like the salespeople, the sales manager, I kind of felt like they was prejudging me. They were looking at me some kind of way, like they asked me, are you paying cash or are you financed? So I looked at them and I said, all right, I'm gonna finance. So, the first thing they go to look at, like, yeah, right, how much money you gonna give us down? And all these questions. So it happens in everyday life that prejudging happen, but I'm just trying to get to the root cause of why prejudging happens.
Well, see, you know, I understand what you're saying because we were together, but it's the same way. Everywhere you go, if you go somewhere and you see, like I said, you go in the grocery store, you might see this woman that's looking busted, but then all of a sudden, you never know. You can see that woman 5 hours later. You could be out somewhere, and it's the same woman that you just seen, but you ain't say nothing to her while she was in the grocery store, that bonnet on, and them pajamas and them big fluffy shoes that y'all be wearing every time you go somewhere. But then once you see another way, you know, you gotta understand too, that woman probably say the same thing as, oh, he didn't say nothing to me earlier when he was in the store. Now all of a sudden, now he's trying to holler. So that would be the same perspective as what you said. We went to the dealership. We actually just went out there to look. So we out there looking. Nobody come out to you, but I guarantee you, you popped up there with a suit. 5 people would have been out there looking at you.
Because they don't think you have any money, you know, but you never know what a person has.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm kind of like, I need somebody to holler at. Danielle, can you kind of chime in on that? How perception may not be reality when it comes to looking at what a man have or don't have. I know you married and everything,
but you wasn't at one time.
Yeah, but you wasn't at one time. So how would you look at a guy based on how he dressed? And then Kenny, why don't you chime in and talk about how you perceive that, you know, from a male perspective. So now we got male and a female. So can y'all give us some insight to how y'all feel based on that perception?
Because we notice it when we're out, and we notice a situation like that, and we talk about it all the time. And I've seen women, like I say, a certain way, you know, and then all of a sudden they look in a different way. So how do y'all see things? Are y'all seeing stuff the same way we are, or is it a matter of giving everybody the benefit of the doubt that maybe somebody just out making a quick run? You know, my mom always told a long time ago, you know, you gotta dress decent everywhere you go. You don't know who you're gonna run into, who you're gonna meet. But nowadays you see it ain't like that. People just, you know, they kind of like go to the store any kind of way. I'm at work, I come in there, I'm like, whoa, you know, it's like they just rolled out of bed and ran out the door. So that's men and women do that. So in your opinion, guys, what is that the same perception that you get when you see people? Or when you see somebody out, what's exactly going on at that time? Or are you just not paying them any attention because of the way they dress?
Well, once again, y'all, I'm going to kind of give you a rundown. We are in Cartagena, Colombia, and we coming to you live. We just kind of want to go on and talk about perception and how people perceive other people, whether you being a male, how you perceive a woman that's got a bonnet on her head and she just ran up to 7-Eleven, or the female. I mean, when you see a guy and he's driving that hoopy, you know, whether it's a Honda Accord or whether it's a Toyota Corolla, how you perceive that guy. Do you perceive him as, I don't want to talk to him because he ain't got no money? I see how his car look. His car busted, he ain't got no money, he broke. You know, he got tape on the window, whatever it is. How do y'all perceive somebody like that? So that's kind of like what we want to talk about. So, you know, you guys can chime in at any time, because I think it's unfair for a woman to judge a man based on what she feels like he has. Because for everything he don't have, he may have some strength somewhere else that you were lacking in your previous relationship. You know, he may be that guy that's got a great listening ear. He could have a bunch of more money in the bank. He just didn't spend it on that car. Or that could have been his everyday car. And in his garage, he got that Bentley. He got that Mercedes. He got that Lamborghini. Yeah. He can have one of those and just didn't bring it out that day.
But also, T-Money, you gotta understand, also, it could be vice versa. Somebody, hey, I know a lot of y'all women out there, y'all see me and they in rental cars and they in doing this and doing that. Y'all thinking the same thing, like, oh, hey, he got money, he got this, he got that. But boy, look at that. I guarantee you, some of y'all done got surprised when y'all find out, hey, that's a rental. Or hey, he stayed with his mom. That's another thing. Hey, a lot of perception is, you think you got it together, man, that boy could be staying with his mama. That woman could be staying with her mama. She could be staying with baby daddy for convenience, not because they still mess around. It could be anything. But like I say, it's all about perception. That's what we're trying to figure out now is, why is it such a big focus on perception more so than reality.
Donnie, welcome. So once again, I'm gonna go back to the topic. The topic of our discussion tonight is about perception, how women perceive men, how men perceive women. Also, how when you go to a dealership, how they perceive you, how they prejudge you. You timeshare the same thing. People prejudge you when you walk in the door without giving you a fair chance. So we just kind of want to talk about prejudging in all, pretty much all aspects.
But we also can talk about the situation that we're in now. We flew in, we come in, people looking at us like, I understand that we're Americans and we're in another country, but you get that perception the same way. You go in places and, a whole bunch of guys walking down the street, people going to look at you kind of, off center like that, like, oh, wait, who this person, who that person is. But it's all about perception. So it could be perceived, either way. So, but that it's kind of like what we're talking about. Even back home, you get perception. On the road, you get perception. So why is perception such a big deal? Reality, to me, oversees everything.
I want to get off topic, so it's not the topic is not perception versus reality. The topic is more about prejudging.
Okay.
How you see someone, like I said, that lady with that bonnet on her head, she could have just been running up to 7-Eleven, but we might see her as she'll fix her up. If we spend some time and some money on her and get her nails done
fix her up,
and her hair done, she
one,
might make us a good woman. Mm-hmm. And like I said, that may not be the case in her situation. She just was running, and she may have it together. She may have a man, first of all.
Yeah, that plays a big part in it.
Yeah.
But just trying to understand what's going on out there is like T said, man, you look at something and you automatically, and that's anything you do, you automatically categorize it. You automatically put it in the category of what it is. Like you said, some people are already got it together. That little quick run, quick stop, they always say, boy, you don't know who you're going to see. Boy, you go outside, when you walk outside your door, that's the public. So, hey, no matter what you see. So, that's why. So, we're still looking for some comments, some questions from anybody. Kind of letting us know what's going on. I know it's kind of late over there. I think it's an hour difference from us and where you guys are. So, we just were sitting here today and figured, man, we had to come in and talk about this perception of what people say about us.
Yeah. So, like I said, I've been in this situation to where I've seen that woman in the store, and I probably made that same comment. If I just show a little love, I might have myself something. And then I also been in a situation to where I've been in a relationship, and she just happened to leave the house just to run up to the store, real quick. Let's say she started cooking breakfast or dinner, and she wasn't planning on going nowhere, but she ran out of something, and figuring, hey, I'm just gonna run up to the store real quick. I'll grab it and I'll come back here and finish cooking. And in the meantime, she run into somebody. The crazy thing is about when you're not together, you generally run into somebody that you didn't think you was gonna run into, right? So they sit there perceiving you every time because you ain't got your hair done. I just put that bonnet on my head and try to be real quick. I got on this old baggy shirt, got holes all in it. I remember running to, I remember going into a Walmart, neighborhood Walmart, and I ran into one of the girls that I used to date. And just like what I said, she had on a t-shirt, and like she had a couple of food stains dropped on her t-shirt. And I remember saying to myself,
she had them on there from what she did. She just eating sloppy.
I just remember saying to myself, man, I'm glad I ain't get stuck with her. I was probably wrong for saying that, but that's kind of like what my thought process. I'm glad I ain't get stuck with her. She out here got food stains all over. And she had to gain a couple of pounds, so all that together, that just led me to prejudge her and feel like a certain way about her. But the whole time that I was dating her, whether she gained weight or not, she always had herself together. And right now today, she still have herself together. So I'm just only going by that one day I ran into her. She probably didn't expect that she was going to run into me at that grocery store.
Oh, man, you'd be surprised, boy, because you know me, and everybody who know me, they know I'm always in the yard when I ain't at work. So, man, sometimes I be cutting the yard. I got, grass all over me, and, hey, I wear some raggedy clothes doing some yard work. I have to run to the store or something like that. I don't walk in the store plenty of times, see people I know whether it's male or female. I know that I ain't seen them in a while. They like, boy, look at him. You know, they probably going to say, I saw Danny. Danny was corrupt today. So, you know, I understand the perception part of things, and I'm okay with the perception part of things, but how much weight do we put on the perception? Is it weight to where it's decision making, or is it say, hey man, you know, T Money looking kind of rough today, you know, I think he's doing bad. Y'all know, everybody know they said that at one time. Then I saw a friend and said, ooh, she doing real bad. She doing real bad. And you go somewhere else, somebody else see the same person and say, you say so-and-so was looking real bad, but so-and-so was looking pretty good when I seen him. So that's kind of how we are trying to get an understanding of what we're saying, or how that stuff goes.
For the perception versus reality, or the prejudging, you know, because you see them in a nice car or a not so nice car. Now let's talk about the reverse part. You've seen a guy in a nice car, and guess where he living? He living at his mama house, right? And when you find that out, you go like, oh, the only reason why he can afford that kind of car is because he living with his mama. If his mama wasn't paying all the bills, then he would not be riding around in that Mercedes. You know, so that is a big determining factor of how we see the male. And then you've seen it the other way around, where females do not have it together. They got about 3-4 roommates trying to hold it together. But they got that nice car, and you think you got it together. And as you get to know them, you're like, oh, it's not what I thought it was. She ain't really got it together. She got problems. She got whatever it is. So y'all go ahead and talk to us about what's going on out here. You know, everybody kind of quiet. I know it's a little late over there. It's probably, what, 11:30?
11:30, but hey, it's what? Saturday night.
Yeah, Saturday night. So we figure we'll pop on up in this thing on Saturday night.
Anybody going to sleep early right now? Talk to us. We come to y'all from our vacation spot to share, you know, some time with y'all, give y'all some airtime to talk to us. You know, what's on the porch? We love for people to talk to. We love to be interactive. You know, say something, we're gonna say something back. You know, we're gonna make it entertaining. You know, but it's all about perception. I think a lot of y'all ain't talking because y'all probably been in that boat before.
Yep.
So it's hard when y'all in that boat.
Or you in that boat
right now,
and that person is sitting next to you and you don't want to talk about them.
Oh yeah.
So, but it's okay. They understand that there's voices on the porches. All right, and it's real talk.
Yes. Probably sitting in 7-Eleven right now, that bottle in your head trying to get that gas for in the morning. So you know when you look at it like that, guys, it's just a matter of how you look at stuff. But let's put a spin on it. Let's say, like you said, what if you go in there and that person is dressed to the T, look good, everything going fine. You know, put that perspective, that perception in. Now all of a sudden, when you go and you meet that person on a different level, you get the reverse effect. Now when you go and you meet that person, now they're coming out to you. I ain't gonna say busted, but they're gonna come out to you dressed not like you saw. You got this idea that, oh man, look here, I saw this fly chick, I saw this handsome man. Now all of a sudden, when I go to meet up with him, oh, he ain't none of what I thought. So the whole question is, how did you get to what you thought about him? You got to how you thought about him by the way he was looking, by the way he was dressed. You know, it's like it's kind of like give and take. So how do you deal with that?
Come on, Katrina, talk to us. I see you over there, Donnie. I see you. Who's that? Up the top, that a little far away over there is Keisha.
Is that Zamia?
Keisha Davis.
I don't know. You know, guys. Hey, you know, we trying to. We ain't got our monitor with us today, so we kind of trying to read your comments on the screen here.
And I ain't seeing no comments. That's why I'm trying to call them out. They come on to participate. This is not us teaching you anything. This is sharing information, sharing knowledge, sharing perspectives. So we want to hear from you. This is what we do. We come to you live from wherever we at.
Anywhere.
Porches, we told you that.
Yes. Y'all thought we were kidding? We told y'all we gonna come from this my porch, his porch. Now I don't even know how far away from home we are right now, and we coming to you. So we coming to your house on somebody else's porch. You sit behind us, we sit on somebody else's porch. We having a good time. Got my little drink, got my little cigar, I got my brother with me. Hey, this is him. This is how we do it. So we coming to you live.
We even got the mosquitoes on the screen
I see
running
the
around.
mosquitoes just don't want to. Hey, let me tell y'all something. While I get T-Money to check his phone, make sure that comments ain't coming up over there instead over here. Well, let me tell y'all something about over here.
You gotta go.
I'm just taking a quick break on what we're talking about. Just to let y'all know, we're over here in Columbia. When I tell y'all, it's hot. It's hot. I mean, it's cooking hot. When you walk outside, you walk down the street to the store like maybe a half a block up. You come back, you better have one of these in your hand. So, but the island is a beautiful place, guys. If you ever gonna take a vacation or something, Columbia's a beautiful place to come to. Once again, like I said, even with the perspective part of things, is visitors come. Visitors come in, like even when visitors come into the United States, we all look at them differently. We all gonna give them a different perspective on what they're looking at. They're looking at us like, something wrong with me? We walking down the street, I'm looking like, hey, why are people staring? They're staring at us because we're American, not because we're black or because it's all nationalities over here right now. But it's like a lot of them just notice the Americans. So when we talk about perspective, how does it get to that point of perspective? Me, I thought it because I was bald-headed or because I walk around with flip-flops on, or because I probably look like Debo from Friday or somebody like that. So I don't know what they're looking at me for. So all I can do is walk and, but everybody's friendly, everybody nice guys. I'm telling you, just understand when you talk about how people perceive you, don't never take it as a negative thing because everybody has a reason for how they're looking at you. They're looking at you for a certain reason, for a certain reason. So, you know how that goes. So,
First and foremost, I'm gonna apologize to everyone that's been writing comments. I got my phone now, so I can get to your comments. All right. So let's start with Danielle. Danielle said, "If you get lucky, she's going to be worse in the morning. Even so, you see them." She might be together right at that time, and then she might get worse the next day. You never know.
Oh, so Danielle,
So she chimed in.
Danielle trying to say, well, watch what you're looking for, because tomorrow she ain't gonna look like today. That's a good one, Danielle. That's a good one. I like that. That's a good thing and that's vice versa. You see that man might look like $100 bill. Next day, boy. $2 he ain't made it a $2 category yet.
But then you'll also add another point. She said basically when her and her husband got together, he was unemployed. Right? And they had to build everything together. So you never know, that's a blessing in disguise.
Yes.
So just because he wasn't working at that time, don't mean nothing. She had to get with him to see what he brought to the table. So he brought to the table concepts. He brought to the table ideas. He brought to the table part of focus. So he brought some things to the table that made a difference and impact their whole situation.
Yeah, but Danielle, let me ask you this. When you met him, was he dressed nice, or was he like you met him working or in the grocery store or something like that? When you met him, because you had to get past that step to get to where you were. So when you met him, what kind of situation were you in at that time? As far as him?
Wait. So he cut me off.
I'm sorry.
She still got a whole bunch of comments. So she was commenting.
All right, go ahead.
And she said, never prejudge. So I got to give her credit for that. She said, never prejudge. Because as she prejudged her husband at the time, she'd have still been on her. Because, hey, like I told you, that's your answer question.
Oh, yeah.
No matter how he was dressed, he helped put her in a better situation. Like she said, she's still been on her.
Hey, blessings come in all different sizes, so I understand what you're saying there.
So go ahead, Princess, I see you over there. What we're talking about today is not prejudging. You know how you go to the grocery store and you see that person with the bonnet on their head, or you still got a little raggedy car, you don't want to give them a chance, but you could be missing out on a great opportunity, could be missing out on a great individual, whether it's male or female. But you'll never know till you give them that chance. So you look at them that way, or vice versa. You can see that guy that's dressed nice, and he could have been on his way to a job interview. Could have been unemployed for however long, maybe. You know, or you can see that woman that's looking good and she got her best Sunday dress. And she was on her way to a job interview. So you never know. So you always got to get to know people instead of prejudging people.
So, T, I got a question. But do you think that, or maybe one of our listeners, have you ever seen a person wasn't really impressed with them, but took a chance on them anyway? So I understand what Danielle says. So Danielle, you can be excluded from this question. But other people, have you seen somebody say, like Tony said, fixer upper, and you still took a chance? But once you got to know them, you thought they weren't even a fixer upper because you gave them a chance, they become a success to you. That's how. So that's a good question for anybody who got that kind of question, that kind of story that they done had, because that's what it's all about. Danielle, prime example. Thank you for commenting. You took a chance. You jumped out there, and y'all are very successful right now.
All right, now keep in mind, Voice on the Porches, it's interactive.
Oh, yeah.
All right, we hear live from you from Cartagena, Colombia. We're not even in the States, but we took time out of our vacation to make sure we go ahead and give everybody a chance to get whatever's on their chest, off their chest. If you want to share something, share it. If you don't, you just want to watch and keep showing support, we appreciate that as well. But on Voice on the Porches, your voice does matter. So go ahead and keep sharing with these comments, and I'll go ahead and read them, and we can keep having our discussion going.
Oh yeah, that's what it's all about. It's all about us bringing something to y'all, just a forum for y'all to have fun on. I mean, we have fun every time, as you can see. Like I said, we're on vacation, we're having fun. We stopped what we were doing to have fun with you guys. We have fun now. We're on here now. We're enjoying ourselves. So it's all about you guys. It's all about making sure that the platform to talk is there. So I don't want to hear nobody next week or whatever we talk. Man, well y'all talking Voice on the Porch. I had something to say, but I just ain't want to say it. No, that ain't it. We don't do it like that. Say what you gotta say. Say it and mean it. That's how we do it.
Mean what you say and say what you mean.
Oh yeah. So no more comments right now?
Nah, I got no more comments.
All right, but Danielle, once again, you're the VIP today because you said a lot of stuff that made sense. You said a lot of stuff. You talked about where you could have been compared to where you are now. That's one of the biggest steps anybody can get from this. You can get from perception. Perception turns into success. So in your case, you've been that perception turned into success. Now you and your husband, kids, y'all having a better life. Like you say, HUD is a start, but HUD ain't the finish line. So it kept you going. He got you rolling. So that's one good thing, one good way to look at it. And so for you, good luck with your family. Good luck in your relationship because hey, you earned it. What you telling us? You put an effort out, you get an effort back. And a lot of people can't say that. A lot of people can sit there and pass judgment on people. So like they say, don't throw a stone in a glass house, and your house is also glass. So thank you for that comment.
Well, guys, we tried to give the forum a chance while we were here on vacation. I know it's getting late, so we're going to end this one here a little shorter than what we normally would.
Oh, yeah.
Because we started up so late, because there is a time difference between where we are and where you are. You're on the eastern coast, and we're not. So we appreciate you guys tuning in to Voices on the Porches. We're going to crank this thing back up next week.
Oh, yeah. We're going
live from somewhere.
Somewhere. Hey, we might be in Dominican Republic. We might be in Dubai somewhere. You don't know where we're going to be at. That's what the voices do. Voices come where the voices are wanted. So that's how we bring it up. So, guys, check it out. Real Talk, Voices on the Porches. Guys, thank you very much for tuning in with us. Join us later on in the week for another episode. Talk to you later. Peace.